Hi guys, welcome back to Nail Art 101. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be talking about reverse stamping and how to make your own nail vinyl today. And so these are the 4 different looks that I'm going to do. This isn't necessarily a congruent manicure that I would maybe wear around. It's just, I wanted to try 4 different things. And so this is what's making up my manicure right now here. But yeah, you could definitely just pick one of these and use it as an accent nail. I'm going to talk about my experience with this. I'm definitely not a pro. I haven't practiced this a lot of times. Nail Art 101 is just where I walk you through my experience. You kind of learn from my mistakes or maybe the things that worked well for me. We kind of just talk about it. I'm definitely not trying to tell you that I know everything about reverse stamping or vinyls. Let's just see what happens today. How's that? So definitely I learned that there were some things that were good to do and some definitely things that I would not do next time. So some of the products I'm going to be using in this video are coming from the bornprettystore.com. They approached me and asked me if I wanted to try out some of their products, which I gladly agreed to do and include in a tutorial because I've shopped with them before and always enjoyed, what they have to offer. So I picked out 4 things and I'm going to share them with you right now, and they're all going to be incorporated into these 4 designs. So first off, we have this white stamping polish from Born Pretty. I'd never tried an official stamping polish before, and it makes a huge difference. Then I picked out this stamping plate. This is a very inexpensive stamping plate, but very effective. It was this floral lace print that I thought was beautiful. I also picked out this nail art glitter. It's beautiful shimmering kind of green to purple. I really enjoyed that. And some holographic powder. So I'm going to be incorporating all 4 of those things and just, I'm ready to have some fun. So first off, I wanted to paint a couple of my fingernails black so that I could use that white stamping polish and really see how well it could stand out in opacity against a black polish. This is China Glaze liquid leather, and oh my goodness, it's a gorgeous black. It's in their Halloween collection this year and it's awesome. So here's the plate. We're going to watch how it works in action. I'm going to go ahead and just, very easily put some of this white stamping polish on here. And first off, I could not find for the life of me my scraper. So I was just having a total DIY make it work moment here. And I was like, where's my scraper? My battery's about to run out. So I used, a piece of cardboard that was next to me. Not ideal, but look how that stamped. It picked up so beautifully. That polish is amazing. I think I'm going to pick up at least 3 or 4 more shades. I really enjoyed this. I haven't ever stamped so well with a white polish. I'm not just saying that. I was really astounded with the quality. So top coat it and that's done. That's not really a reverse stamping manicure. I just wanted to, do a basic stamp with that polish and with that plate to kind of see what it had to offer and just kind of share with you its quality. And definitely my review on that is that it's great quality and it works really well, and they were really inexpensive. I'm going to be linking everything in the description bar below so you can go check it out. Okay, so our first reverse stamping design here. I'm going to use my silicone mat and cover it here in enough base coat. And then I'm going over here to another stamping plate from Ejiubas, and I was looking for a cute little floral design that I could color in. So the thing about reverse stamping here, I'm using that. I'm makeshift, I'm making it work. I'm going to stamp this again. This worked actually pretty well too. That was just that China Glaze polish again. Yeah, that base polish there is completely dried, by the way. You wait for that to dry and then you stamp right onto here. So there's a couple different ways you can do reverse stamping. You can leave it straight on your stamper and then go over that with base coat and then let that dry after you've done coloring it all in, or you can put it down on a mat, which is what I'm doing today. So the thing that I think is cool about reverse stamping is it's kind of like coloring. You know how adult coloring books are super popular right now? It's kind of stress relieving. It's very relaxing. Same way that nail art is for me. And so you basically stamp your outline and then you go in and color in your image, which I think is really, really fun. I have to admit, this is my very first experience with it though. I had never tried it before. So you're watching my raw like first experience with, making my own nail decal. I've done this before with just freehand trying to make my own decal, but never before with stamping and filling in the image. So if you wanted to be a lot more precise than I'm being right here, you could take a dotting tool and that would help you just get really, really precise. But I wasn't going for something super precise, meaning I didn't care if the color kind of went out of these black lines that my initial stamp made. So I'm going in here with a bunch of colors. I'm going to show everything that I used at the end of the video, like all the nail polishes that I used, and it will all be linked in the description bar as well, just in case you're wondering what a certain color is. So yeah, I went along here, I did some leaves and some little flower spots, and I decided I really wanted to paint the whole stem here. The surface area that I'm creating, as you can see, since my nail is right next here to the vinyl, is plenty. It's enough for like 3 or 4 nails probably. I wasn't able to use it all like I wanted to because of the process that I went through to remove this vinyl off of the silicone plate. We will go into that a little bit later. That's definitely a lesson that I learned, something not to do. We're going to go into that in a little bit. But as you can see, you can create a nice big vinyl, and then what you could do is just pick it all up and then cut it into 4 pieces, and then you would have a very congruent looking design across all your nails because you would have created it, at the one time using all the same products and things like that. So yeah, you could definitely just take this whole piece I'm creating here and multi-function, use it for many things, use it across all the nails is what I'm trying to say. So we're going in here with some purple. I'm trying to liven up the design a little bit. I think actually only the green, blue, and yellow ended up in my final design. But I was having fun. I was like, man, I'm going to color in this whole thing because this is fun. This is like coloring in a coloring book. Okay, here comes my problem. I couldn't find my orange stick / cuticle pusher for anything. And this was like 1 in the morning that I was filming this because I was up with Lincoln, who's not sleeping. So I was using the little card that stamping plate came in because it was nice and sturdy. And this one picked up okay and wasn't so bad, but the two, especially the next one I do after this method did not work well. So I definitely went out and got a couple more cuticle pushers the next day because I really loved this process and I want to do this a lot more. So I knew I wanted to have a more suitable tool to help me pick my vinyl up off of the silicone mat. So basically here I'm just placing it. I'm just trying to figure out, what I want to show on the nail. The nice white background is an Essie polish. I'll show you that later on too. But yeah, as you can see, I only have a little bit of the design there. So if I was smart, what I would have done is gone in with some scissors and cut out the appropriate shape for my nail here. And then I could have totally just used the rest of that vinyl. But I was not being smart. I was being a first-timer noob and didn't really know that that's what I could do. So here I am going in with some acetone and I'm just trying to basically break away the rest of that vinyl from my nail, effectually basically ruining the rest of the vinyl. But like I said, this was such a fun process. I would gladly do that again. It's so nice painting on the silicone mat because it's not on your hand. You don't have to hold your hand still to paint on it. I really, really enjoyed the process of making my own vinyl. If you guys haven't ever tried it before, I definitely recommend. And if you don't have a silicone mat, like I was saying, the other way to do this is just to stamp the black, the black image straight onto your stamper and then fill it in with all your color and then do a top coat over it. And then that is basically the same thing as putting it down on a mat because that final step is like the first step I did here. Is that making any sense? You basically need one very flat layer of that base coat or top coat, whichever one you're using, to create the vinyl. So I'm going in here with some top coat to make it nice and glossy, and I think that was my favorite nail. I really enjoyed that one. I think it's because I had so much fun with the coloring in of that vinyl. This is a Sinful Colors polish. I was going for something a little bit more colorful on this nail when in reality I would probably wear the manicure with either all white and black nails or maybe all white and one black, something like that. But I was wanting to try out a glitter here and I thought this polish would complement it. I said that funny. complement it. So here's the glitter. This is just a beautiful purple and green glitter from Born Pretty store. And it came with this applicator, which I shouldn't have used. I should have just dipped my finger in it because the applicator was kind of smudging the surface of the nail. But I was trying to kind of place this, you know, basically I wasn't trying to do a full coverage layer of this. I was trying to put it in kind of like a smoosh mani would be, where, you know, it would just show up some colors here or there. That's what I was going for. So that's why you saw me just kind of putting it in a few places. So I'm making my next decal here. So you gotta go ahead and give yourself space and time to dry. So you put it down and you let that sucker dry. So this is the next image that I'm going with. I wanted to pick that little flower here in the middle of the lace. I found a scraper card. It was an old Disney season pass card. Worked very well in comparison to that other piece of cardboard. It wasn't really cardboard, but and again, that white polish stamps so well. Okay, so next mistake. I should have picked the whole vinyl up like I did the first one and then cut it again. It's like paper dolls. Like I need to get that kind of notion in my brain. Instead, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the exact image using the acetone like an eraser, which did work, but it was messy. And actually this stamping polish, I feel like it destroyed my cleanup brush. That stamping polish is really, really strong. So basically I couldn't get the product out of my brush. It was interestingly strong. So yeah, definitely next time I would just pick up the whole vinyl and cut it afterwards because I didn't want that extra laziness around. So anyway, lessons learned. I'm going in here again and painting. I'm coloring in the image. This was really fun part. Again, here, just using a bunch of different colors. This time I'm coloring in an image that has a white background. So we're going to put this, actually we're putting this against the blue, but I didn't think that the black would, you know, really go with the blue. I felt like it needed something lighter, so we went with the white and it really worked well. I definitely thought both the plate and the stamping polish were really good products. So I definitely recommend them. Little black button in the middle there. Okay, so again, I really needed that cuticle pusher. I was trying my hardest to get this super dainty little piece of vinyl up off, and I did, but it smeared a little bit. I don't have you guys zoomed in as close as I usually do because I felt like there was a lot going on here on my mat that I wanted you to be able to see. So you can't really see as closely the mistake in that vinyl there. The edges are kind of smushed because I was having such a hard time picking it up. Oh my goodness, you guys. I learned a lot of lessons here today, and that's what Nail Art 101 is really about. I actually was questioning whether or not I wanted to upload this because I was like, oh, the quality is just like not what I want it to be. And then I reminded myself, well, that is not the purpose of Nail Art 101. The purpose of Nail Art 101 is really to learn from, you know, my mistakes. So, okay, I'm doing my last and final image with that white stamping polish again. Super easy pickup. And then I made another mistake here. I accidentally touched it. Do you see that? I touched it to the surface, and so it picked up a few things and it kind of distorted my image. Okay, I thought this was going to look so cool. I was going to take the holographic powder and fill in the diamond images. I was so excited for this. But the holographic powder kind of went everywhere. It was really hard to keep it in the space because basically even though I was picking it up with this somewhat wet brush, it was still kind of going everywhere. Okay, here I am. This pickup went a little bit easier because I was picking up the whole vinyl again. But when I went to go put this on my nail, I discovered that the holographic just basically fell right off after I picked it up. I was like, are you kidding me? Everything that can go wrong with this is going wrong. I mean, knock on wood, it could have gone much worse. But anyway, my point was I was having a difficult time, people. So here I am trying to clean up the edges, and I'm thinking to myself, man, that holographic is just not showing up. It's so beautiful in the jar. That is just not how I wanted it to look. So what am I going to do to incorporate the holographic element back into this So I decided to just go ahead and add it on top. So we're going to take a look at that here in just a second. I'm not showing you all the cleanup. That white polish is actually kind of tricky to clean up. That's my only complaint about it. So I am learning from my mistake, going in here, putting a little bit of top coat where I want the holographic polish to stick. And then I'm not going to use that brush. I'm just going to use my finger and tap it into the holographic powder and then tap it onto the surface of the nail. And because this is a reverse stamped image, the paint is not directly wet where I'm touching my finger, right? Because the surface that is actually right next to my finger was that base coat that dried a long time ago. So that's another thing that I really like about reverse stamping, because it's less difficult to smear the nail. I mean, you know, you're gonna have an easier time without getting all the smear problem. So that was much more blingy for me. I really, you know, preferred it way more like that. So here I am top coating, and then we're gonna look at the finished images again. So overall, I had so much fun. I still do think that you know, that ring finger is my favorite one, but I enjoyed all of it because I learned a lot of things from it. That's my favorite. I think that was my favorite thing. And after I was done, I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna redo this all right now. Like what I was thinking is, I really just want to try this whole process again. So yeah, I definitely recommend that you guys give this a try if you've never done, like I said, reverse stamping or making your own nail vinyls. It was so fun. If you are a person that really does like the whole coloring trend that's going on right now. I hate to call it a trend because that kind of insinuates that it's not really like any kind of thing that will have longevity, you know. That's what a trend means, is that it's just around for a short time. But my mom's been coloring in coloring books since I was a kid, so that's 30 years ago. So anyway, yes, I definitely recommend you give it a try. And what I was saying is, especially if you like the whole coloring book thing, you will like this. So we're going to finish off here. I'm going to show you the rest of the products that I used, and I hope you found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely let me know in the comments below what your experience with this has been. If you have any tips for me, you guys always leave me great tips in the comment section. You know, of something I could try that would work better for me. And also for everybody else that reads the comment section, that would help them too, because of course this is just my experience with my, you know, first time trying this. So yes, leave me lots of good comments. Let me know in the comment section also what technique you want me to try next time. Thanks you guys for coming to hang out with me today. I love you guys so much. I hope you're having a good one, and I will see you back for my next video. Bye! So we're going to look at the 3 beautiful fall colored shades in the It's a Strike collection. These are quirky, especially because they threw that very light lime cream in there. Quirky but very, very fall. So I do have to say right off the bat, I really enjoyed this collection.